What significant business developments have occurred over the last 4 years? The advent of AI for mainstream use, interest rates increasing by more than 5%, and the rise of the virtual office and the gig economy. But most importantly, over 200 episodes of Leadership Live at 805, Talking Small Business, have aired. These episodes have shared a trove of valuable knowledge for entrepreneurs on how they can sell more, maximize profit, and finance growth faster and easier. To commemorate this milestone, we're having a special live stream episode on October 29th, highlighting the best of last year, along with special guests and giveaways. You don't want to miss it. Join us on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube to participate live at 8:05 Eastern on Tuesday, October 29th. Good evening. Welcome back to Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business. Thanks for joining us for a special episode. We're celebrating 4 years of the show, and we've had such great people. It's been such a great experience, and we're looking forward to four more years. We always appreciate people tuning in, both live, also seeing the recording of the live stream, and we also launch it out as a podcast. So we make it available to you in whatever format and whatever timing works best for you and your schedule. So definitely appreciate so many people tuning in. We've had over 100,000 views and listens over the past 4 years. I think it's like 200 and some thousand. But definitely it's important. Something that's important that we use to really help people become more successful in business. Over the 4 years, there have been a lot of great people that I've met through the process, and we've had a lot of great people on our team, helping to pull this together. So, it's a team effort. There's a lot of great things, and just want to introduce you to some of the team. First person I want to introduce you to is Arthur Jones. We actually started it together back 4 years ago. Unfortunately, he can't join us live, but he actually did do a video. So I'm going to share that, and then we'll continue on with the process.
On the early days of the podcast, I think Andrew had an intention. He knew he wanted to broaden his scope of the message and the reach that he could achieve through podcasting. But the message that he wanted to deliver really was small business pro growth for small businesses. But after several weeks of podcasting together, we would launch This is Leadership Live at 8:05 and just dive into a topic, just he and I talking. And each of those conversations led to something about leadership. And as we reflected and did the postmortem on those early podcasts, we realized that the podcast was really more about leadership, and that resonated with him largely because that's who he is, a leader. And it's gone on every Tuesday for 4 years. So congratulations, Andrew, and all of the people that support this amazing program to make it happen every week of every month of the past 4 years. I know how hard that is because I probably went through the first 6 or 7 months with you and would pop in intermittently when you needed somebody to fill a gap on a day. But the persistence and the commitment, I think, is amazing. And it's a testament to who you are. It's a testament to the people and the businesses that you serve with the Small Business Pro University and the practice that you've built. Because I am sure that they have learned, as I have, that your consistency and commitment is not just to the work that you do, but to the people that you're in service to. So congratulations, Andrew. You are one of the best, and you're a leader that helps other people see the best in themselves so they can succeed also. So keep on doing your thing. Whenever you need another co-host to co-host with you, I'll be happy to be your hype man and introduce you as the illustrious pillar of the community, man of high integrity and character, Andrew Frazier, founder of the Small Business Pro University and Leadership Live at 805. So thanks for having me on board for the first year, and onward and upward to greater success. Bye for now.
Okay. Excellent. Definitely appreciate Art sharing this, but just, really being instrumental in kind of helping make this happen. It's amazing how things how you learn and develop. Definitely I'm way better now than I was when I started, and way more comfortable now, but definitely was great to have a co-host like Art and being able to share with him. So one other very instrumental person in Small Business Pro University, as well as especially in the live stream and podcast, as well as our Power Breakfast events, and is John Larrier. We've worked together on and off for probably maybe up to 10 years. And he's contributed a lot to our success, and just wanted to introduce him and recognize him, give him a minute to share anything he'd like to share. So, hey, John, welcome. Thanks again for helping to make this a success and contributing so much to what we're doing.
Well, and thanks for
Okay, your sound's not coming through real good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's been 12 years. So that's great that things have kept going.
Okay. Still a little low. Can you maybe try?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I just wanted to say it's 12 years. We met and we told me we were going to do an event called Power Breakfast, and that started and was successful, and then starting live at 805 podcast. It's just been great to watch the success. So congratulations, and as you said, let's move forward another 4 years or more. Congratulations.
Okay, great. Thank you. No, it's been 12 years, and definitely looking forward to continuing. So great. Thanks, John. So tonight we've got quite a few things going on. Definitely, as we said in the opening, we've got guests. We've also got highlights from probably at least 10 of the shows that we're going to share, as well as we have gifts or prizes. So we're going to have a couple, and what the winners are going to get is either, and actually it's your choice. If you're in New Jersey, you can choose a complimentary registration to the Power Breakfast on November 8th at 8 a.m. in Florham Park at the Park Avenue Club. If you're not able to do that and you can make it the evening before, we've got our Power Network event, and that's going to be at Montclair Brewery on the evening of November 7th. And if you're not in the area, we're launching our new associate membership for the university online. So, you'll get one of the first cracks at it to check it out. So wherever you are, whatever works best for you and your schedule, we look forward to having you. So what we'll do is, we got a lot of people on, which is great. And what I'm going to do is we'll do one giveaway every 15 minutes or so. So in about 10 minutes, we'll do one, about 15 minutes after that, and then we'll do one at the end. So, but before we do that, I just want to introduce a couple people who have, contributed a lot. And, we have a lot of guests who have been on once, but we've got other guests that have been on multiple times. So one of those guests is Precious, the Killer Pitchmaster Williams. So just want to give her a chance to say hello. Hey, Precious.
Hey, Andrew.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, well, 4 years. That is something to be congratulated. And I wanted to be here on your special day and just say thank you for what you've done for small business owners, what you've done for me. Can you see what we've done in 2.5 years together?
Definitely.
Say thank you and congratulations up in here.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. And, thanks for contributing. And it's a pleasure working with you. You have a great gift and just can't wait to see, how high you rise, each year going forward. So looking forward to that.
Most importantly, and if you all are in town, you don't want to miss what's coming up on November 8th. I'm telling you, when I am able to go to the small business breakfasts and the conferences, it's a can't miss. So congratulations again, Andrew. I'm going to be lighting it up in the comments, but I truly, truly appreciate the work you're doing on behalf of all of us. Thank you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you as well. And since we got Precious here, we're going to do a highlight. We'll start with a highlight of one of her episodes.
So the top 3 things, we'll go back to the 3 Ps. Packaging. Look at how you are showing up in the world on social media and in real life. Is your packaging reflecting the status you want and reflecting the type of opportunities you want to come your way? Does your clothing, does how you style your hair, do you have signature things that people can count on? Positioning. Number 2, positioning. I want you to do some deep reflection and look at the way you're being positioned. You positioned yourself, or you may have been positioned in the marketplace. And I would start to ask some of your trusted friends and associates, not family members, friends and associates who are entrepreneurs, to rate how they see you in the marketplace. Do they see you as average, random, and ordinary? Do they see you as mid-tier, or they see you as elite? And really go over with them so that you can understand what's missing or what you're batting 1,000 on. I would also ask them, do they understand what your zone of genius is? And if all they can offer you is surface, it's time to go back to the drawing board, and you may need to plot, twist, and flip the script so that you show up elite and worthy of being paid top dollar. In terms of 3, your pitching is how you're speaking about yourself online, offline, in conversations. Is it really moving the needle forward? Are you finding that people are what you're putting out there, is it making them nibble? Is it making them want to look you up? Are you showing up as, are you pitching yourself as the only choice that matters? Is there something more you could be adding or subtracting from your pitch that makes it crystal clear there's nobody better at what it is that you do? So those are the 3 things that I want you to focus on starting tomorrow, and make it a group effort, because sometimes we have tunnel vision.
Okay. Great. Thanks, Precious. Okay, excellent. So, one thing that we implemented this year, we're continually evolving, continually looking forward, moving forward in different ways. But something that was great this year is we implemented at the end of every show the top 3, so that at the end of each show, our guests will share 3 key things that people should take away from the episode, because we have a lot in each episode, and definitely it's important to check it all out. But as many people can't digest more than 3 things at a time, so we try and break it down and just simplify it, because the goal is not for you to just hear and listen to this. It's for you to implement it and be more successful in your business. So, with that said, one of our other, multi-episode guests and someone who really comes in with great knowledge and really cutting edge in his space is Jimmy Newson. He's, I'll let him say hello and tell you who he is. Hey, Jimmy, welcome. Thanks for joining tonight.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. I apologize, everyone. I am a bit under the weather, but I'm always going to show up for my man Andrew.
Okay. Well, definitely. Thank you for being here. Definitely. You've been on several episodes as well, like Precious, and shared tremendous knowledge. And Jimmy.
Excuse me. That's my girl Precious, man.
So,
she don't play.
So I won't keep you on too long because I know you're a little under the weather, but at least wanted to give you a chance to say hey and thank you for helping to make this show and other things that we're doing successful. So definitely that, and being over the weather, I'm not sure.
I think over the weather could be a thing. I like that. I'm going to start using that.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, Zen.
Give Zen credit, but definitely, we're breaking new ground. So excellent. So I'm going to take a second and share a little bit of the top 3 from Jimmy's last episode as well. So thanks again, Jimmy, and hope you get better soon.
I always come back to starting with the vision. What is the vision? Clear understanding of the vision of where the company is going. What it's trying to achieve, and then from there, defining the product, and then 3, if you want to develop a new digital revenue stream, what is the most profitable product you have? So you're not going to take a product that's a dud. You want to find something that already has a lot of value. And then go, and especially if it consumes a lot of your time, what's that one little piece that I could pull out and use that as an MVP and create something digital-wise that could easily scale with or without you, or even if it did involve someone, it doesn't have to be you. So that vision, that problem, I'm tying that to a person, and then that key search.
Okay. Excellent. So thanks again, Jimmy, and definitely hope you get better soon.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. And thank you all for making this, we couldn't do this without everyone else showing up and being a part of this community. So I'm honored to be a part of this community, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Andrew.
Okay, excellent. Thanks. And definitely we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We've got looks like it says 620 people on. So definitely appreciate everybody's commenting and sharing. So, what I want to do, take a minute, to, like I mentioned before, in case you just joined, we have some giveaways. So, I'm going to put a question up, and whoever answers first in the chat has their choice of, ticket to our Power Breakfast event on next Friday in Florham Park at the Park Avenue Club, or they can choose registration to our Power Networking event the night before at Montclair Brewery, or they can choose membership in our new community that we're launching. So your choice. And here's the question. Who was it that originally I started the live stream with and the podcast with? So first person to put that in the chat wins their choice of the 3 prizes. So let's see. Okay. All right. So hopefully, who is it? that we started with. You probably saw him in the first video. So, let's see how good your memory is. Okay. Okay. Stan Robinson. So it's Arthur Jones. So Stan, definitely congratulations, and I'm glad you were able to come up with that. Excellent. So let's see what's next. So we've got, definitely just want to share some of the key highlights and the top threes from, different people who have participated. So the next one I want to share is from Dale Favers. We talked, we had him on, and here's sort of what he wanted to leave us with.
We talked about a lot of things that were important, but I think the most important things to walk away with, first word is listen. Listen to your customers, understand what their needs are and how those needs are changing as time goes, because they change all the time. I just received an email recently about a change that one of my clients has, and so we're going to quickly make a transition. The second word is being flexible. You have to be able to adapt to how the environment is changing, how your customers' needs are going to change. And in doing such, you have to be collaborative. Whether you're collaborating with other organizations to build partnerships to deliver solutions, or whether you're collaborating with members of your customer or collaborating with members of your own organization to make sure that your institution remains viable, relevant, and productive. Those are the most important things. Listen, be agile, as well as be collaborative.
Okay, so that was Dale Favors. He was on recently. And who do we have next? Next, we have Josh Tan sharing some great things about boosting productivity.
We all know, as business owners, entrepreneurs, we should be measuring our numbers. We know that. So the key takeaway is not to measure, but it's to set time to measure. I think that's where a lot of people drop the ball. They don't set time to actually do the things they need to do. So set time to measure your objectives. On the operations side, we all talk about plans, ideas, projects that we're doing, right? Initiatives. Something a lot of small businesses don't do is they don't talk about the problems that need to be stopped. So number 2 would be plan to stop problems. That is something that's like stop problems, but also predict problems that could be coming down the line and get proactive and stop them before they happen. So plan to stop and predict problems before they happen. And number 3, I think that the team, especially for small businesses, the team is extremely important. Working in a team collaborative environment where you can hold each other accountable is extremely important. You can do that by having a weekly meeting, a daily huddle, like 10, 15 minutes. But don't try to do it all by yourself, right? Encourage your team to speak up when things are going wrong. Encourage them to point things out, even to yourself as the business owner. But make it a team effort, and it becomes harder to just kind of like slip through the cracks. And that's what I would recommend.
Okay, great. Definitely I'm a big fan of planning and preparing, as he mentioned, but also measuring. You have to measure your progress and have goals to measure against, because what gets measured gets done. And of course, you can't be successful without a team. So very valuable insights. And, you're just getting a little taste of what the episodes are about. So If there's certain ones you want to go back and learn more about, they're still available on my YouTube channel. So you can just go to live streams on the YouTube channel, and I think we've got almost all of the episodes. So there's so much knowledge and information there that can be valuable. So next up, we've got Wallace Santos, CEO of Main Gear. I've worked with him for several years, and his company's doing some amazing stuff. But he's learned a lot in the process. So here's a little bit of what he's learned.
You shouldn't expect someone to be you and for you. Like it just doesn't add up. But in my mind, that's what I expected. And so you have to understand and create processes to basically train people on how to handle certain situations and basically set people on the right path, right? So they can become successful within your organization. And I'll be the first one to say, like, I was horrible at that. I was also young, and I didn't have that the mindset that I have today, right? So so to me, that the challenge was having, essentially replicating myself through my employees. That was the biggest challenge, right? Just how do I continue to deliver an excellent or superior product like I've been doing for 5+ years? How do I make sure that the guy joining or the person joining is able to replicate that? That to me was the biggest challenge initially. There's a million of other challenges. That don't get me wrong. Like comes to mind. There's like 1,000,001 other challenges. It's not, but to me, that was the biggest issue. It's like, how do I get people to make sure that we're doing the same? And, and just to be, very frank too, and I'm very proud that today, organization we've scaled and, working with, consultants like you and working with NJMEP, right? We're able to create consistency, and we're able to create a process. And that's why, like, when our products are reviewed, there's videos of us being reviewed by like secret shoppers like Linus Tech Tips, and just go on YouTube and type Main Gear, you'll see we tend to get reviewed very, very good, right? Because our product is consistent, our cabling, our craftsmanship is consistent across the board. So this stuff is I'm something that I'm really proud of today. Is that our products are great. Like it's just it's hard. Like once you get to a certain level, it's hard to keep that consistency, and we're able to crack.
Okay. Excellent. So so that was Wallace Santos, CEO of Main Gear. And next we have Catharine O'Leary. We talked about really attracting more clients by asking better questions. At the end of the day, one of the most important things as a business owner, and I always talk about this, is, your most important job is sales and marketing. And, really to do that well, you need to understand your customers. And so this was a great episode where we talked about that. So here's a little bit from Catharine O'Leary.
So I think that the first thing to do is always ask, don't assume. We do a lot of assuming. We assume that we know what our clients are thinking and wanting and needing. We haven't actually asked. So if there's the one thing that you could rock away from, it would be ask and don't assume. The next thing would be building those relationships right from the start. The people that actually build relationships, build community, and focus more on client retention as opposed to client acquisition, they're going to be the people that are around for a lot longer. So be one of those, and concentrate on building those relationships. And the third is to get excited for the information that you're getting. A lot of people with quizzes use them as glorified lead capture. So you capture their email, which is fine. I mean, that it's good for that. But almost nobody's actually using the information on the back end. And ask with the intention of using the information, because your clients are actually telling you what they want, and we're not listening even when we ask. So go out and ask, but also listen. So those are the three things: to ask and don't assume, to build those relationships, and then to actually listen to the answers and implement changes to your messaging or your offers as needed, so that you're co-creating with your clients, and that'll go a long way to increasing your bottom line.
Okay, great. So that's key from Catharine O'Leary. One other thing, we've got such a range of topics. So definitely as you check out things, or if there's anything you want to know about business, I'm sure we've had a show on it. So one of our shows, we had Mariessa Terrell, and she actually works for the U.S. Trademark Office, and she talked about trademarks, what they are, and how they work, because so many of us have intellectual property within our business. Almost every business does, but how do you protect it? So it was great hearing from her about really what a trademark can do and what it's all about. So here's a little bit from Mariessa Terrell.
If you want nationwide protection for your trademark, consider registering it with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. That's the only place where you'll be able to get protection in the United States. Understanding that trademark rights are territorial. So unless you register with us, you won't have protection here. Same thing with other countries. You have to register in each country. So I want to make sure I leave that with you. You want to be sure to select a mark when you're registering it that's registrable and enforceable. You want to be concerned. Think about that butterfly example that I provided for you, that you want to select a mark that's registrable, that can sell through our application process without being refused, but also that once you get that registration, that you can enforce it because you've done your due diligence and conducted your search beforehand to make sure that you're not confusingly similar to someone else who might be existing outside of our database. And the last thing I want to say is that we have the resources for you. What I mean by that, I don't care what kind of learner you are. If you are a visual learner, you like videos, you want toolkits, maybe you don't know whether you have a trademark, copyright, or a patent, go to our website, uspto.gov. You can put in events in our search bar to find out what's coming up next. You can go over to uspto.gov. You're going to look and see a banner at the top. It'll say trademarks. Go right on down and go to your far right, and you'll see more tools. Click there and you'll get a whole page that just shows you exactly what you need to know about trademarks, from our resources, our free resources, how to catch up with our law school clinics, and how to even to subscribe and to attend the Trademark Basics Bootcamp.
Okay, excellent. So definitely IP is really important. Also, it's important to survive as an entrepreneur and business owner, and understanding and knowing how to survive is important. So next up, I'm going to share a video from Khalil Abdul Karim, and we really talked about entrepreneurial suicide. So we want to keep you alive, and not just alive, but successful as an entrepreneur and business owner. And that's what this is all about. And, he shared a lot of insights about how things you need to make sure that you either have in place or don't do as an entrepreneur. So here's a little bit from his session.
So I'm going to start off with the acronym that I mentioned earlier, SWIM, Success While in Motion. It is a journey being an entrepreneur, not a destination. Financial freedom is an excellent goal to have, but that is not the only goal. So the takeaway is everything you do should be working toward your business, your day-to-day life, whether you have a job or you're 100% in your own business. Everything you do should be working toward your business, or everything you do in your life should be working toward your business, because your life and your business are one and the same. The second thing is your network is your net worth. That is key. We talked a lot about building relationships. Who you have around you. It's so important. You're not an island. If you're super successful financially, there are other things that it's actually going to be more difficult to continue your success if you do not build your network or have a strong network that's going to share their resources or bring you opportunity. And the final thing is be a leader, not a boss. So whether you have 0 employees, right? Lead yourself. Don't boss yourself around. Don't beat yourself up. Learn, continue to educate yourself, be flexible. And if you have employees, in addition to leading yourself, lead those employees. Learn from them. Be kind to them. Connect in a way that they're going to give you their best. And partner with them. We're led in the wrong direction when we think that we have to tell people what to do. I always say in relationships and in business, adults shouldn't be telling adults what to do, right? And so you got to build that connection and that bond through being genuine and having integrity and being transparent, so that you can work together as a team as opposed to you being the boss, which will limit your progress and your success.
Okay, great. Thanks, Karim. So, definitely those are some key things. And, that's why we call this Leadership Live, because at the end of the day, your business can't go any further than you're prepared to lead it. So definitely that's what this is all about, helping prepare you to lead your organization better and even be more successful. So great episode, along with all the other great episodes that we're having. So another piece that's important, especially on the sales and marketing side, is from Matt Clark. His show was called How to Make Your Business Irresistible. And here's a little bit of what he shared.
Understand your ideal client on a deep level, right? Spend time doing market research, understand what their pains are, understand why it's a pain for them, what impact it has on their business, on their life, and knowing where they want to get to, right? Because all of your content comes from that, your offers come from that, even your sales process comes from that. So understand your client on a deep level. You can always go deeper. The market is always changing. They have different problems. This is something that you do on a constant, regular basis. So number one, make marketing successful. Understand your client on a deeper level, right? And never stop doing it. Never stop doing that market research. Number two is to make sales simple, is create an offer that solves the unique problem in a unique way that reverses their objections. And then have a pre-sales process that just taps them along the way. Stop trying to hit hole-in-ones, right? Going from a hello to become a client. Just tap them along the way and make the sales process easy. You want it to feel like the next natural step, not just I'm trying to hit holes in one and have to be the best salesperson in the world. And the third one is, if you want to, in fact, let me give you a different third one than the one that I was thinking. And the third one is create a business that gives you a lifestyle that you love, right? And how you do that is through systems. Because if you are not loving what you do, your clients and the way that you've structured it, you may love what you do, but not how you've built it. People feel that, and you're going to burn yourself out at both ends. So for you to build a business that you love, to become irresistible, you need to become irresistible, right? And you may have a list of goals. You may have a list of targets that you want to hit. You may be aiming for certain KPIs or revenue goals or whatever it is. Ask yourself the question, right? This is the number one thing that you can do here, right? And it's a big question to ask, is if this is what I want, who do I need to become in order to get that? How do I need to change? And I can guarantee you is if you start asking that question and start going on the journey of who do you need to become, you're going to be a lot more fulfilled. You're going to have a lot more fun. Your clients are going to love you, get better results, and you're going to live a life that you love.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Excellent. So, definitely it's key to understand your customers, looking at the offer and really love what you do. So, as a business owner, You spend so much time working on your business that, it becomes a part of you, and it should be, and a good part. So definitely that's excellent. So next I'm going to bring up Chad Brown. He talked about focusing more and working less. So definitely that's something we all could benefit from. So here's what he has to say.
I would say the first one that stuck out to me is, if you're going to sacrifice something important for your business, don't sacrifice without focus. Understand why you're doing it and be clear, make a case for why it has to be done this way with this sacrifice. Number two, create a clear vision that's so actionable. Go right now, check your vision, see how clear it is. If you were to tell it to me and I were to look at it in 18 months, could I be able to tell without asking very many questions what exactly, or if you actually accomplished it? And third, I would say, get an outside perspective. Don't do this alone. We didn't talk explicitly about coaching, but here and there we sprinkled it in here. And in my story about Otto, there was an opportunity for me to get an outside perspective and not do it alone, lean on the wisdom and experience of somebody else. And that would be probably my most important piece that we hit throughout, but not explicitly.
Okay, great. So yeah, definitely he reiterates, you can't do it alone. Nobody's successful on their own, and getting perspective is critical in business, and getting perspective from the right people who understand what you're trying to do. So definitely that's important. Next we have Suzanne Reilley. Her session was increase LTV by knowing your customer better. So let's take a look at it. Here we go.
Clarify your lifestyle and revenue goals first. And then anytime you're trying to make a decision, like Andrew said, do I need a $20,000 website? You can benchmark it against what are those goals, and you can work it backwards to help you make decisions on a lot of different things. Secondly, as we covered, the concepts of digital marketing, sales can be a little counterintuitive. So to stay focused, I would find 1 to 3 synergistic people to learn from, even if you're reading their blog posts or taking Andrew up on his free stuff or taking me up on my free stuff. But stay focused and try to not follow every single person across the internet all at one time, because you will totally jam up your brain. And keep things simple. Number 3 is keep things simple, because this stuff can really snowball, and it's just easier to keep track of what you have and where things are. So, there's work to be done, but don't make it harder than it is.
Okay, great. So that was Suzanne Reilley. And, this is an important one, because not everybody who listens in is already in business. But many of us aspire to be in business. So how do you successfully transition from corporate to entrepreneurship? What do you need to do to prepare yourself to be more successful in business? And, it's really important because that can make all the difference in whether you make it, but also how well you make it. So had a great talk with Rod Moynihan about that. And here's top 3 things that people should take away from that.
I think it comes down to 3 for me, and it probably is, the 3 Ps, I guess I would call it. Planning is everything. And with planning gives you some sense of certainty, takes away a lot of anxiety and stress around how you're going to do something. But if you have a clear plan, you then have the ability to execute. And the execution piece is equally as important, if not more, than the planning. The next one is prioritization. So in any given day, there are just so many things you can do as a small business owner. But getting very, very clear on what you're going to do each day, each week, each month, and prioritizing on that and understanding what the impact of that is going to be and staying focused on those prioritizations. It's so easy to get distracted because there are so many things you need to do. And then the last one for me is partner. And so, partner for gaps, like what would it, partner, and what I mean by partner, it might be technology platforms. So partner with a platform that automates something and gives you another day, a week back. Partner with another director in your business who brings complementary skills that you don't have. Partner with external bodies or external suppliers who bring other options to you. So for me, I'll play them back, plan, prioritize, and partner.
Okay, great, excellent. So definitely another great episode. So if you're thinking about going into business, these are some things that can help you be more successful. So thanks again. Hey, Tyrone Taborn. He's actually created STEM City USA, and we broadcast every week as well on STEM City USA in the metaverse. So definitely check it out, and appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. So next, what I wanted to do is we'll take a quick break. We said that we were going to have prizes and other things that are available. So we gave away one thing earlier tonight. And then, what we'll do is we'll do another giveaway now, and then we'll do another giveaway at the end of the show. So, and the prizes are, you have your choice of either, the Power Breakfast event. You can join us there on November 8th, the Power Network event, and or the associate membership in Small Business Pro University. So if you're not in the area, the membership's probably the best choice, but if you are, definitely, these are great events, and hopefully you can join us there. So, and just to give you a feel for what the Power Breakfast is going to be, I'm going to play a short video, and then I'm going to ask the question.
This event was a wow. Every panel, every speaker has had so much amazing content and good information to share.
This is a good day to put aside to come out and do some learning, but also make some great connections. The ones that I made were impactful.
Hi, I'm Andrew Frazier, masterpreneur and founder of Small Business Pro University. For more than 10 years, our Power Breakfast events have directly resulted in tens of millions of dollars in both revenue and financing for attendees. Join me at the Power Breakfast at the Park Avenue Club in Florham Park on Friday, November 8th, to learn best practices, enjoy great networking, and gain useful knowledge. We will supercharge your day.
Hi, I'm Lana Molina. We are very thrilled for this partnership to put much needed small business financial literacy education and create forums like this for entrepreneurs and small business owners to meet, interact, learn, and network.
This Power Breakfast theme is selling more and maximizing profit. This time, I'll be the featured guest speaker, and I will be talking about how to become a masterpreneur.
There's 5 steps to growing your business, and really laying out what those steps are, but not only what the steps are, how do you transition through them? And each stage you have certain things. There's a certain challenge that you have to overcome, there's a certain goal you have to achieve, there's a certain role you have as a business owner, there's a certain structure that you need to have within your business to support that role and move into the next role. So each step, I lay out what those things are.
After enjoying some power networking, Gene Bahinsky will moderate an expert panel on achieving your goals and taking your business to new heights. I look forward to seeing you at the Power Breakfast at the Park Avenue Club in Florham Park on Friday, November 8th. To learn more and register, visit www.sbprou.com www.sbpro.com/power-breakfast. Take advantage of early bird pricing by registering today at www.sbpro.com/power-breakfast. Okay, great. So that's a little bit about what the Power Breakfast is. Hopefully you're seeing me. Let me know, Stan. I just saw your note that you're not seeing the video. So if someone could just let me know if hopefully you're still seeing us, that would be great. So the question that we've got is, what is your most important job as a business owner? So, what is the most important job of a business owner? There's two things that are key. So let's see. Okay, so you can see the video. Okay, yes, great. Okay, so the first one to come back with, what is your most important job as a business owner? You'll have your choice of either registration to the Power Breakfast, so we got either registration to the Power Breakfast, registration to the Power Network event the night before, or associate membership in the university. So let's see, I don't see anything in the chat yet, but let's see, what's your most important job as a business owner? Please your customers. Okay, definitely that's important. But there's one other thing, one key thing I always mention. Okay, to understand the pain points. Definitely, that's key. That's key. Not exactly what we're looking for. Building relationships, you want to do that as well. But we're looking for two words. Stay in business. Definitely, you want to stay in business. Set the vision. Okay, so the two words are S&M, and not that S&M. So what is S&M in terms of your most important job as a business owner? Definitely want to make money. Set the vision. So when we say S&M, okay, so we got marketing, so that's 50%. Okay, sales and marketing. So we got Denise Ford. So I'm not going to say your last name because I don't want to mess it up. But Denise, she's owner of Montclair Brewery here in Montclair, and that's where we're going to be on next Thursday evening. So hopefully you can join us. It's going to be a great time, and just to sort of get a feel for what it's all about. Here's a little bit about this event coming up. I hope that you can join us for the Power Network event at Montclair Brewery on Thursday, November 7th. Meet with like-minded entrepreneurs in a relaxed environment to chat, connect, and collaborate. I'm Andrew Frazier. Please join me at our Power Network event, and I look forward to introducing you to our members. To learn more and register, visit www.sbpro.com/power-network. That's www.sbpro.com/power-network today. Okay, great. So, definitely, one of the things that is tough is, we, an hour is not really that much time. So what I want to do is share a couple final top threes, and then just, ask the last question, and then get you out of here for tonight. So, one of the top threes that I think is important is, buying and selling a business. A lot of times people think about it and want to do that, but we had a show specifically developed on that, where we had a gentleman who was outstanding. So let me play his top three, give you some insights about it.
the buy side and the sell side, trying to put together a few things that really overlap between the two. And so I think probably more pertaining to a buyer, but certainly from someone who's thinking about selling it, despite the stats of a number of businesses that don't sell. The one thing that I would really encourage, especially buyers, to do, people have this preconceived notion that buying businesses may be just for rich people or big companies or what have you, and the inclination is to potentially start a business. But I'm living proof, and tens of thousands of our clients are living proof that buying a business is very doable for the average person, for the average individual. And there's lots of ways to finance this, and a lot of way through seller financing. Most of our clients have 91% of our clients achieve seller financing, but most importantly, this is very doable. So if you have any inclination and even an ounce of entrepreneurial blood running through your veins, you really owe it to yourself to find out what's involved and to educate yourself and see if it's a path that you want to go down. The second thing would be, whether you're buying or selling a business, is don't forget what the end game here, because people have a tendency to get into the weeds and focus on the wrong things and get so immersed and oftentimes get emotional and draw lines in the sand or red flags or deal breakers or what have you. And they get way too far into the weeds and forget what the end game is. And so the way to deal with that is really have meaningful conversations and try to establish a good relationship with the other side, a buyer with a seller and a seller with a buyer, because you can get through everything if you have a meaningful conversations and a good relationship, and you avoid digging yourself into these weeds and getting into scenarios that really don't make a whole lot of sense, and take you down a path that's just not going to result in a good outcome. And the last thing is, which clearly applies to both buyers and sellers, is be realistic about this whole transaction, whether it be about valuations or deal terms or what have you. You have to be realistic. You have to start breathing oxygen from this planet. Don't believe some of these stories that you hear about what businesses are sold for, or the terms and conditions, what some of these self-anointed gurus talking about buying, magnificent business, throwing off hundreds of thousands of dollars for no money down and closing the deal in a couple of weeks. I mean, that's all nonsense. It's just noise. But be realistic about what that's going to look like and what you're ultimately trying to achieve here, and come to something. If come to agreement with both sides. Both sides have to come to agreements with the other side in order to get a deal to the finish line, but maintaining that reasonableness and a level of fairness and being realistic throughout the process, I think applies to both buyers and sell side.
Okay, great. So, definitely, applies to buying and selling a business, but just being in business. There's always, offers and opportunities that seem too good to be true. And usually they are too good to be true. So, always keep that in mind. But definitely, if you're thinking about buying or selling a business, you should definitely check out that whole show. Just so you know, all of these are available on YouTube on my channel. We've actually got a list or a list of all the top threes, as well as a list of all the episodes that you can go through to find the ones you want to like. And this is just going to be the last top three, and then we'll close out the show.
So who has spent millions of dollars to acquire your target audience? That's huge. And that really sets up everything for possible strategic alliance. Understanding that your customer list is very probably your most valuable asset or IP. And then what are you doing with that asset? For a lot of people, the answer is nothing. So what can you do starting tonight or tomorrow morning to change that around? And then, finally, I have understanding your customer's journey. If you understand the different hops that they make, the different stops, and where you fit in and where you don't, that is so powerful, and that can immediately leapfrog you over your competition and set you up for exponential growth.
Okay, excellent. So before we close out, I've got one last question, and of course, based on if you answer the question, either you get complimentary registration to the Power Breakfast next Friday. You can choose a registration to the Power Network event next Thursday evening at Montclair Brewery. Or you can get first access to our associate membership online. We're going to be launching that, and it's going to be a great resource for entrepreneurs and business owners. So your choice. So the question is, who else was instrumental in doing this live streaming podcast? We had them on the show earlier today, and we worked together for 12 years. So who would that be? So that's really so I'm waiting for first answer, but definitely also love that we got so many great people here today. Definitely glad that you're getting a lot out of being here. I mean, we've had some amazing sessions. This is just like a few of them. But over the last year, we've had, well over 200 sessions. We've had over 200 guests, and so hopefully, you can join us and check them out. So let's see. So we got Jimmy Newson. Okay, Jimmy was on, but it wasn't Jimmy who we worked together for 12 years. But close. Who else did we have on? So we had Jimmy. We had the video from Art Jones, and then we had two other people. So you've got 50-50, 90, 50-50 chance, but 90% chance you're going to be wrong. So the sick guy, so that would be Jimmy. So not Jimmy, but let's see who else we got. John Larrier. So yeah, we got John Larrier who joined us earlier as well. And we've really spent a lot of time working on, creating the live stream as well as the Power Breakfast and a lot of other great resources and opportunities for entrepreneurs and business owners. So definitely, so that would be Stan Robinson, but Stan, I think you won twice. So we may have to have another question. Oh wait, no, actually it was someone else who won. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, we got one other person from LinkedIn last time. So, okay. So, it's like 9 o'clock or a couple minutes after, so I don't want to keep you any longer than we have to. But before we close out, as you know, we always have great guests. I'm looking forward to next week's show as well. My guest is going to be Gene Bahinsky. We're going to talk about outsourcing everything so you can save time and make more money. In this environment with technology, there's so much you can do as a small business owner, and you have advantages. So looking at, how you can outsource or build your team so that you can be more successful, save time, and make more money. So hopefully you can join us next week. And, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And just always remember, at the end of the day, the more that you know, the faster and more successfully your business is going to grow.
Thank you for listening to Leadership Live at 8:05, Talking Small Business. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and to the podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Leadership Live is one of the many valuable resources provided through the Small Business Pro University, empowering business owners to learn, profit, and grow. Find out more at sbpro.u.com.